Hello everyone and welcome back to another one of my Doctor Who videos. Now today is quite a special video because as you can see in front of me here I have all three of the new Doctor Who character building mini sets, which include the Doctor in Berlin set, the Tardis Dematerialising set and the Girl Who Waited set. So basically as I review these I'm going to run through the box as well as having a look at the actual sets themselves. And yeah, so first of all I'm going to be reviewing the first set obviously, which is the Tardis Dematerialising set, and then I shall be reviewing the Girl Who Waited set, and then to finish off with my third and final review I'm going to be reviewing the 11th Doctor in Berlin set. So first of all, starting off with the review of the Tardis Dematerialising. So first of all, looking at the Tardis Dematerialising mini set, which is obviously the first set in this new wave of mini sets. So as you can see, I've just got the packaging in front of the camera here, and it pretty much has exactly the same design as the previous Doctor Who character building mini sets. Nothing which has changed, it's the same layout basically. And yeah, so if I just sort of move it forward so you can get a better look at it, as you can see, got all the basic stuff there, such as the Doctor Who logo, Tardis Dematerialising set, and the figures there, which is quite weird. I just want to tell you something just before you buy the set. On the front is actually pictured with a Wave 2 11th Doctor and Amy Pond figure. Well, when I opened mine, I found that I had a Wave 1 11th Doctor and Amy Pond figure. Now, first of all, I thought, like my Dalek drawn in my Dalek spaceship, that there'd been a problem and like I'd got the wrong figures. But having a look at this here, it has a picture of the 11th Doctor and Amy Pond from Wave 1. So I find it really strange that they've decided to picture it with them two, because obviously when I first saw it, obviously I was like, oh, you get an 11th Doctor and Amy from Wave 2, but really you get a one from Wave 1. So maybe if you want the set just because of the figures, say you don't have a Wave 2 and Wave 2 11th Doctor and Amy figure, then just bear in mind that you are getting a Wave 1 11th Doctor and Amy figure just before you think about it. You're probably best off getting the 11th Doctor and Amy online, or in the blind packets or something like that. So yeah, just a little heads up there. So just to get that out of the way, just on the side of the packaging you've got all the other basic stuff, such as collectible, constructible and compatible, and the character building logo there. And then you've got 5+ BBC logo, and the Wave 2 figures, and then on this side here just some more stuff. And then here you've got a more zoomed out version of the picture on the front. In fact, it's a completely different picture. And as you can see, it's two figures included, the 11th Doctor and Amy Pond. It's got a picture of the Wave 2 figures as well. And then obviously you've got the bio here. I think it's exactly the same as the bio from the first Tardis set. So I'm not going to read out because it is quite a long bio and it may take quite a while. So if you just want to read it, pause it there, but I think we've all seen it before. So yeah, so there's pretty much the box. Nothing much new on it, apart from the Scan Me, which is starting to appear a lot more on all the Doctor Who set packagings. It's on all of the new series of mini sets, and it was also on the Dalek spaceship set. So yeah, so I think that's going to be something that's going to appear on all of the sort of packages in the future. So yeah, so there's the box, and now moving on to the actual set. As you can see, here's the actual set in front of me. Now, it is a pretty interesting set. When I first heard about this set, I was quite excited about it, seeing as it was a pretty good variant, in my opinion, of the TARDIS, and it just seemed absolutely fantastic that we were going to get a dematerialising one, because it's just really nice for a character building collector like me to have a few different variants on the shelf. So yeah, so before I move on to the TARDIS, very quickly I'm just going to have a look at the minifigures, seeing as we have all seen them before and there's nothing much new about them to say, so I'll just very quickly go over them. So this is the 11th Doctor figure that you get in the set. As I said before, it's a Wave 1 11th Doctor figure, not a Wave 2 11th Doctor figure like is pictured on the front. But as you can see, incredibly nice detailing, especially with the head and the hair overlap and the face and everything, or the forehead, sorry, and the facial features are done really nicely. As you can see, he has his nice brown tweed jacket with the buttons run down the middle and his nice little red bow tie, his little nice grey trousers and his nice black shoes. So yeah, so you all know the articulation on these figures. Just basically, really, in fact, you can probably see all the points of articulation right now. So yeah, so obviously, because he's a Doctor figure, he comes with his sonic screwdriver accessory. So yeah, really nice figure. Probably worth getting this set if you are looking for a Wave 1 11th Doctor figure, and definitely an essential in your character building collection. So just putting him to one side and just taking a brief look at Amy as well. So as you can see, the same thing pretty much applies to Amy. Very nice detailing all around. As you can see, the hair's done very nicely, facial features. She's wearing an outfit from Victory of the Daleks, and she's got a very nice leather jacket on, and her red shirt and a mini skirt and her boots are done really nicely. And yeah, pretty much exactly the same articulation as any other character building figure. So there's the two figures. Even though it's a bit misleading to which figures you get, they're still pretty nice. So yeah, so here's the dematerializing Tardis. So as you can see, it is quite small, and it has turned out pretty well, in my opinion, because it's probably the easiest set that you can build, seeing as it's only got a few pieces. It's only got 53 pieces, seeing as all the other sets have like 130 something or in that sort of area. So yeah, so turned out very nice. It's pretty much the same sort of blocks as the previous normal TARDIS, except obviously this time it has transparent bricks, which is good, obviously. And then you've got the walls here with the stickers running along, the doors, which is really nice. And then obviously you've got the notices on here, and then you've got the St. John ambulance logo there. And obviously the doors can open like the previous TARDIS, so you could sort of have the 11th Doctor and Amy in there. Can't imagine why you would want to, because you don't really see them inside the TARDIS when it's dematerializing. But yeah, just to let you know, the doors do open like the previous TARDIS. So yeah, so probably one of the only things that are quite tricky when building it are putting the sort of windows on, because you do get quite a small space to put them on. But it's quite good because there's quite a few extra windows that you can put on, so if you made a mistake or something like that, you can just sort of take it off and put another one on. So yeah, it's really good that character building have decided to do that. Same thing applies to the notice and the St. John ambulance logo there. They give you a few extra stickers, so that's okay. So yeah, so you may think that is a pretty small set. It is pretty small compared to the other two sets from this wave, and so was the TARDIS released in the last wave compared to the other sets. But nevertheless, it is probably an essential in your character building collection. Maybe not something you want if you're not really a big fan of the character building range, but yeah, definitely something you will want if you are a big fan of it and you are aiming to get a few nice variants in your collection. So yeah, there's pretty much the TARDIS set. It is a pretty nice set, and it does come with two very nice minifigures, the 11th Doctor and Amy Pond. Even though it was sort of misleading on the packaging, these are still very nice figures. So yeah, so I'd probably give this set probably a well-earned 10 out of 10, because it's always nice to have a few extra figures, and obviously they can't keep on like just making up new ones just for each individual set. So yeah, so there's the two figures, and just putting them aside, and there's the TARDIS as well. Definitely well worth getting. So yeah, so now moving on to the second set, and this is the Girl Who Waited. So now moving on to the second set in this new wave of Doctor Who character building mini sets, and this is the Girl Who Waited mini set. So just taking a look at the packaging first. I'm not going to go through all the details, seeing as I've already covered them in my TARDIS Dematerialising mini set review. I'm just going to take a look at some of the pictures, which changes in the box. So as you can see, obviously you've got the set there, and it has a picture of the Handbot figure with it as well. And then you've got a double-sided place there, and then as you can see it sort of flips around to reveal the other side. One Handbot figure included in the set, and it also says it on the Handbot micro figure included. So yeah, so as you can see, there's sort of another picture of the set there, a bit of a different one. It says double-sided playset there. It's a sliding door action, which is quite cool. So just having a look at the bio here, and it's quite long once again, so I'm just gonna pause it there so you can read it. So there you go. And obviously, seeing as it is a new box, you've got the Scan Me there. So again, very nice packaging. And now moving on to the actual set itself. So here's the actual set itself, and as you can see, I have it flipped on the sort of entrance room side. And yeah, so this is sort of like the room where the Doctor, Rory and Amy first come to after they leave the TARDIS and the Handbot sort of attacks them. So yeah, so obviously it does come with a Handbot figure, which I'm just going to review now. So the Handbot figure is absolutely awesome. Definitely one of my favourite micro figures in my entire collection. So it does have quite a lot of unique things about it. As you can see, just having a look at the hand first, I'm really glad that they decided to do this, because instead of just having two of these sort of hands like that, they decided to have a palm-up hand, so you could sort of recreate scenes like when they sedate Amy or something like that, which is pretty cool. And then obviously in addition to that, you've got this nice little chest unit here with the green button and the red button. I'm not sure if that's just random buttons on it, but maybe it's to represent the green anchor and the red waterfall. Not really too sure. But yeah, so as you can see, you've got the legs there with the sort of metal bracing going down them there, which is really nice. And then just having a look at the neck here, you've even got sort of like the little metal foil bit that reveals the neck sticking out there. Yeah, and that's really good. And then also, to make it a bit more like a Handbot figure, they've also included this little bit in here, which is really nice. Then obviously you've got the head, just basically a plain white head, no real detailing to it, but you know, really there can't be, if I'm honest, really. So yeah, so there's the Handbot figure. Definitely a figure worth getting. I know they are releasing it in Series 3 of the Doctor Who character building micro figures, so yeah, try and get one of them there if you don't decide to get this mini set. So yeah, so just having a look at the this room first. As you can see, it comes with like this little magnifying glass thing. Not really too sure what it's called, but anyway, it has sort of like the reflection of Amy in it there, so you could sort of recreate scenes with that again. And you get actually two stickers, which are Amy and Rory. I just sort of put Amy on one side and Rory on the other. And yeah, so it does look pretty cool, and you can just slot in this bit here, and obviously it can be taken out pretty easily as well. So now moving on to another feature of this room, and that is sort of the sliding door action. So obviously we all know that the Doctor and Rory went through the green anchor door, and Amy went through the red waterfall door. So you could sort of, again, you could recreate scenes with that. As you can see, there's the red waterfall door, so you could pretend Amy was pressing that or something, and then that could slide along or something like that. And then in addition to that, there's the green anchor door. So yeah, that's another pretty cool feature of this. So again, another opportunity for a scene recreation. So yeah, so just moving this to one side and having a look at the garden now, which is another brilliant feature of this set. So as you can see, it's sort of like the patio area that you see Rory on when he gets attacked by the Handbot, and then the Handbot gets killed by Amy. So yeah, as you can see, there's sort of little bits, there's sort of little green bricks you can put down. I'm guessing they're meant to represent grass or something like that. And there's also two plants that you sort of put on it. There's this one here which kind of looks a bit like ivy, which is kind of cool. And then you've got this little one here sort of growing out of the roof, which is cool. And then you've got these two pillars here, which sort of make it look a bit like a Greek garden in my opinion, and it looks pretty cool. So yeah, so this is overall a pretty nice piece of the set. And another thing that you get with this part of the set is these two. I'm guessing they're meant to be the trees, sort of like going down the side of the garden, as you see Amy walking through it. But yeah, so they don't really go anywhere. You can just put them wherever you want outside the set, so you can just sort of put them there, which is pretty cool. So yeah, so there's the garden part of the set and the whole handbot set in general. So this set, in my opinion, is definitely a must-have. So if you have enough money to buy one of the Doctor Who character building sets, then I definitely recommend this one, seeing as it does come with a brand new figure, not like the other ones with sort of reused figures, and it is a double-sided playset with plenty of features as well. So a absolutely brilliant set, must have in your collection. So yeah, so now moving on to the third and final set, which is the Doctor in Berlin. Yeah, obviously starting off with the packaging first. As you can see, no difference at all. You've got the pictures there. You've got a nice picture of Rory and Amy on the motorcycle. Nice little image of the set itself there, and another little added piece on there. And then on the back here, you've got sort of more of a different picture there of sort of Rory going up a ramp and just sort of Amy going along it. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then you've got the little bio here, so you can pause it if you want. Once again, it's just basically the story of Let's Kill Hitler. And then obviously up here you've got the Scan Me. So moving on to the actual set itself. So here is the actual set itself. And yeah, it is kind of a weird set in my opinion. It sort of has a few weird features about it, but it is a pretty cool set and a pretty interesting set, and it's kind of weird option to go with, I think, but nevertheless it is a pretty nice set. So as you can see, it comes with two minifigures, which are Rory and Amy, and once again something I've noticed is that the packaging shows a Wave 2 Amy, yet you get a Wave 1 Amy like the Tardis set, which is really weird. I don't know why they keep on including these Amy figures in the set. So I've got about 4 Amy's now, and 2 from this set. So yeah, but anyway, we all know about Amy, about her detailing and articulation and everything. And then we've all seen Rory before in the Wave 2 line of character building minifigures, and some of you may have got him in the Tardis mega set. So yeah, so as you can see, it does have absolutely fantastic detailing though, especially with the hair. It's done very nicely. The eyes and the facial features done really nicely, and you've got the nice little waistcoat there, and the buttons going down, little sleeves there, and then you've got his nice black trousers and his nice green shoes as well. So he has the same articulation as every other character building figure. So with each figure you get this sort of motorbike, which is a little bit weird in my opinion, because in the actual episode there was only one motorbike and Amy was riding on the back of it with Rory, but in this set you get 2 motorbikes, which I can understand really, if I'm honest, because if you wanted to fit 2 figures on it, then you would have to make this area a little bit bigger, which may be a bit of a problem, because I think if this was made any bigger to make room for another figure, then it would look kind of long and kind of ridiculous as well, and it just wouldn't work at all. So yeah, but the bike's pretty cool. There's lots of different things you can put on them. As you can see, there's a nice red light on the back here, there's some footholes here, and there's also a light on there. So yeah, the bikes are really cool. And there's the 2 minifigures out of the way. So now moving on to the actual set. So the first bit in the set that you have to build up is sort of this little hut thing, and it has sort of this crossing arm that is sort of on this joint thing and it moves up and down. So I'm guessing this is sort of like the station where where Rory punches the Tesselector and sort of drives off on the motorbike. I'm guessing it's, yeah, obviously just supposed to be in that sort of area, and this is supposed to be like the little entrance to the building. So yeah, so it is a pretty nice piece or addition to the set, and it does have quite a lot of colours on it as well, so it is quite attractive. And then moving on to this bit, this is probably the main bit of the set actually. It's sort of like this little sort of waste area. As you can see, it comes with these 2 barrels, so I'm guessing that's supposed to include like rubbish or something like that. And there's like a little ramp here, and there's sort of grass here and stuff. And as well as that, you get these little chest type things there. So yeah, they're pretty cool. And the barrels are also loose as well. So yeah, so there's pretty much a sum up of this little bit. It's kind of weird. It may seem kind of short, but there's nothing much to say about this set, if I'm honest. I wouldn't say it's my favourite set over the 3. In fact, probably say it is my least favourite, which sounds bad, but nevertheless, it is a absolutely brilliant little set, and it would go nice on your collector's shelf. And yeah, I would probably recommend getting this set as well as all the others. So overall, I think these sets are absolutely brilliant, and I would definitely recommend buying any of them, especially the handbot set, seeing as that is probably my favourite set out of the 3, seeing as it is a double-sided playset. It does have a lot of features, and it does come with a very awesome handbot figure. So yeah, that's absolutely brilliant. And then also the Tardis Dematerialising set is a set definitely worth getting, and the 11th Octane Berlin set. So overall, it is a pretty impressive wave of mini sets. Character building have really kept up with the good standard of Doctor Who mini sets, even though it may contain some re-releases of figures. Nevertheless, it is pretty nice. So see you next time for another Doctor Who review.